This is Chris Miglino. I am at the world famous LD Micro Conference in Los Angeles. I am here with Brian Schaffner from Expion360. The ticker symbol is XPON. Brian, nice to have you here. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate it. So you guys have been making battery solutions for RVs, for a long time. So
8 years.
So that in this world of EVs, that's a long time, right?
Yes, exactly.
So tell us a little bit about the business, what's going on, and a little bit of an update on where you guys are.
Sure. So 8 years in lithium. We've been about 4 years very seriously in the RV market. As you know, the RV market is a very robust market because the battery has to work in difficult situations, whether it's a boat banging up or down or an RV that's going to an off-grid place where you want to be able to have some of your nice life amenities. But, we're very excited about where the company is going. We built our financial base on the RV and marine market, but we are pivoting into home energy. The home energy market is 20 to 30 times what the RV market size is. And we have a couple of offerings that we're finishing up our UL testing on, and we're doing some pilots, and those are going to be offered to consumers at the beginning of 2025. So we're very excited about that, and just got through a capital raise, a $10 million capital raise, retired the majority of our debt. It was a year, and put a lot of that money into inventory. Because we've had some increased demand for that. The RV market is coming out of its 2023, early 2024 doldrums, and then some money into operations. So we're just excited about the future of the company.
So talk to me a little bit about the technology and what you guys have been built. You're building batteries that go into the RVs themselves, and how is that translated into the other markets that you want to go into?
Sure. Well, the biggest thing is safety. You want to make sure that you're building a battery that can be certified by a third party for safety. That's usually called UL certification. Okay. So all of the batteries that we have in our RV and marine market are certified to UL 1973 standards. So a third party goes out there and they say, the battery can operate between a certain temperature range. It's not going to melt down. The battery management system is going to take care of any issues that the battery might have during normal operation. And then the final thing is that that battery will operate within the parameters that we say it's going to be, whether it's the power discharge rate, the charging rate. If we say that it's a certain number of amp hours, that it actually is that size of a battery, so that the consumer can have third-party recognition of what we're actually saying the product will do.
And then so now you enter into these new market. And how much room? Well, first off, how much room is left in the RV market?
Well, it's a very competitive market, but our strategic play in RV has to do with the high-quality premier batteries. Our batteries are going to cost a little bit more than our competition because of what we put into them. We make sure that there's very little to no soldering in our batteries because you don't want solder to break. We have bolt-down connections in our batteries. We build them with baffles so that when you snap it together, things don't move around in the battery. So we're a premium offering, and we still feel that a premium offering with that UL certification is needed in the RV industry. In fact, we are hoping at some point that it'll be mandated that all batteries in RVs and trailers have UL certification.
And but you're selling the batteries to the manufacturers of the
manufacturers or people that are doing retrofits. Also with lead acid replacement, there's 9 to 10 million RVs and trailers in the United States that have lead acid batteries. Yeah, and if you can imagine, like the lead acid battery in my boat lasts me 1.5 years. It's an AGM battery in 1.5 years. Our batteries have one of, if not one, the best warranty in the business. We warranty them for 12 years or 3,000 to 4,000 cycles, full replacement for the first 6 years. Okay. So my battery might be a little bit more expensive and sometimes very much more expensive than a lead acid battery, but then I don't have to go out and worry about my boat not starting every year and a half.
And so the revenue right now is mostly coming from the RV business.
Yeah, we built it on the RV. That's kind of our basis, and then revenue is really going to take off in 2025 based on the sales into the home energy market.
And how big is that market?
So by 2029, it should be $123 billion globally.
Wow. And how much? I mean, what piece of that do you think you can captivate? And what's the product that you're selling through to that market?
Sure. So the product that we're selling is twofold. Number one, we have a DC coupled product, which is, if you can imagine, it's a rack where you can put 4 different batteries in it. So you could choose as a homeowner to have a lower cost solution for your home and just go with one 5 kW rack. That's around $3,000. Or you could then decide that you wanted to put 3 more in it. You could expand it. So we have that product, and that comes with that. It does not have an inverter, so your builder would have to have an inverter with that. The other product that we have is more like what you see in a Tesla Powerwall. It's a 10 kW offering with a 5 kW inverter in it that you can put 4 of those together to get 40 kW. The thing that we have done that some of our competition hasn't done is we built in a profit quotient or a profit motivation for our building partners, because we feel that they should be able to get part of the margin off of selling the battery that they are putting in the home. And we can still do that and be competitive.
Interesting. And how, everybody's familiar with the Tesla batteries that go on home. So I think a lot of people aren't familiar with. There's a lot of other solutions than that. What's the difference between your product and the Tesla product?
Well, one of the biggest differences is going to be the price to the builder. Also, we're using some of our proprietary engineering, that has created these very, very safe RV products and marine products, and that trickles down into the way that we develop and bring our products to market in the home energy side as well.
Okay, interesting. Well, I wish you best of luck on getting that. So let's talk a little bit about the numbers.
Yep.
You have your earnings out for the first 6 months of this year, or did you is the third quarter numbers out yet?
Third quarter numbers will be out in November, by November 14. But we hit our.
Well, let's talk about this 6 month period.
Yep.
So on the 6 month side, where are you at revenue wise, and how's that look year over year?
Sure. So year over year, if you just take a look at the first 2 months, where we were trending to be fairly similar to 2023, that's because we were looking at doing the capital raise so that we could move forward our integration into the home energy side and to be able to bring product on board for the demand for RV. So the growth that you'll see from us in 2024 is going to be in the third and fourth quarter because of that. But we did have a successful capital raise. We are a generally mostly debt-free company, and we put the rest of those funds into some operations, but inventory that's being demanded by the OEMs that we serve.
And what's a good KPI that investors could be looking at for you? What do you think what's the number you guys look at that you use to tell the street?
Well, we typically don't give any forward guidance on that. We like to have our investors find that out when we issue our case.
Do that. What's a focus? Is it number of batteries?
So I understand what you're saying. Okay. I would say really the top line revenue, just because the product that we've been selling has been so similar over the lifespan of the company. So we're just looking at continuing to have quarter over quarter revenue growth. As of the second quarter was our third straight quarter of growth, and we hope to continue to see that in the third quarter and the fourth quarter. But it's going to be exponential for us once we add the home energy. And the real reason for that is we go from selling batteries that are $500 to $1,000 a piece, sometimes a little more than that if you get into our bigger offerings, to selling $30,000 systems. And if you can imagine from a marketing standpoint and sales standpoint, one touch 30,000 versus one touch 1,000 or 500, it's going to make us much more efficient.
Okay, great. Well, there's a lot of companies that are in the EV space now. A lot of and
we're not in the EV space, just to be clear.
it's just batteries.
Yeah.
Providing infrastructure.
Now we do produce a cell, the 26650 cell, which is now being adopted as a standard size for some EVs, and there could be a play in the future for us to provide those cells, not for self-consumption, but for battery packs and EVs. So, that might be a possibility for us, but we are definitely not.
Well, the reason I bring that up is the point I was trying to make is that there's a lot of investors that are interested in this category, whether it's an EV or battery, just clean energy in general, right? Across the board, there's so many different facets of it. There's people that are making charging stations, there's people that are doing batteries, there's people that are providing tools that are accelerating the speed of charging. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that's happening here, which means there's a lot of investors in this space.
They're very excited.
A lot of our, viewers are invested in these stocks, and so if you are invested and interested in the category, put XPON on your ticker symbol. On your screen, and watch it. Check out their growth. Look at it as if they're, starting over here again with basically clearing out your debt and coming to market with new products. And let's see what happens over the next, 6 months. And hopefully we can sit down with you again and see where you're at.
Yeah, well, I can hardly wait to meet again. And thank you.
All right. Thanks for the time. We appreciate it.